Expect another cold morning ahead, but a milder finish on Thursday. Good Wednesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, outside of a few thunderstorms in parts of South Florida, it's pretty quiet across the southeast. Tennessee is extremely quiet today with virtually cloud-free skies. But if you look further north, there's some snow across the northern Great Lakes. And if you look downwind of Lake Erie, last frame or two, changing from rain to snow just downwind of Erie and also south of Buffalo. Kind of interesting to see how cold it has been, no doubt. By the way, you can track it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app, now with Pete Michaels Traffic, 24-hour, 7 updates on traffic locally, plus all the weather alerts, including freeze warnings that may apply to you. And for all of us in East Tennessee, it's applicable tomorrow. But as far as the cold air this morning, we dropped to 33. This was the actual temperature. Some clouds may have held on a little bit longer, but could have dropped easily into the upper 20s like they did in Athens at 28, Crossville 29, Oneida 27, some of the colder numbers this morning. Our almanac came in at 56 degrees, was expecting 55. That still puts us 15 degrees below normal. Normal high this time of year is 71. Our record high just a few years ago, in 2016, on this date, we hit 88 degrees. It was 55 in Morristown and Newport, 55 in La Follette and Middlesboro, 57 in Athens, Tellico Plains hitting 58, even Oak Ridge 59 today. It was 60 in Chattanooga and 57 in Memphis. Now the freeze warnings will commence. It'll start once again at 2 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, last until 10 a.m., as indicated by the National Weather Service Morristown, as low as 28 degrees. That's their verbiage, that's their language, and I agree. I think we're certainly in that range, but many of us will be closer to freezing here in the valley. I say it's time, if you haven't noticed already, a lot of the trees have come alive this time of year. That's what one might expect. You could say seize the day, carpe diem, but I'd say carpe folia, seize the leaves, because chances are, if you're not eye-watching them, you're going to be raking them into short order, especially as we move into November. In fact, the fall color in purple has already passed their peak, which means they're not going to see much more color. Most of the leaves have either come off the trees or they've kind of wilted away in color altogether. But here, certainly the Smokies are peaking at this hour, peaking at this time of the year, usually around that time we take on Alabama, and shortly thereafter. But this is a weekly leaf change between now and, say, the 24th of October. Think of it as a nowcast, futurecast. A little bit more color, perhaps in the foothills, and maybe a lesser extent across Cookeville and Crossville. But I think everybody's fair game to see a lot of color in the coming days. But certainly, the mountains of West Virginia, they are peaking now as well as areas up toward the far sections of New England. They have seen their day in 2022. Past peak in Michigan, UP of Michigan, as well as northern Minnesota. Just some weekly leaf changes to share with you. And in the Rockies, they have actually turned purple in our map here, suggesting they have seen most of their color come and go. Headlines for tonight. Another cold morning ahead. A milder finish on Thursday, which means we'll be near and around 60. And then a warming trend late this week, should be easily in the upper 60s by Friday, back into the 70s in time for the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, the Skyhawks of UT Martin coming to town. It's noon on Saturday. Hashtag Go Big Orange. Love to see the 6-0 there on homecoming. Neyland Stadium. The 4-2 Skyhawks will be taking on to the field, but the kickoff should be around 63. Halftime, I'm expecting 69. And by the fourth quarter, 73, which is coincidental with the high temperature. I expect mostly sunny skies on Saturday with a high of 73, which should occur toward the end of the ball game. Southwest winds about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Now, by the way, I mentioned the free app, Captain Accurate Weather app, along with Pete Michaels Traffic, engineered by Barron Weather. You can get all the updates and temperature, track the temperature in the morning, how cold you get, simply by using the app itself. Futurecast takes us from tonight as we ease into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Look at this, by 6, 7 a.m., many of us are in the upper 20s, plateau, closer to freezing in the valley, and probably closer to freezing around, say, Greenville, maybe upper 20s, can be expected for Athens in McMinn County. Heading into midday tomorrow, we'll warm up into the upper 40s for parts of the plateau, low 50s by midday with sunshine, maybe a few high clouds, I expect that. 4 o'clock, highs around 60 degrees for many of us here in the valley. But then tomorrow night, we'll ease back with mostly clear skies. Temperatures will ease back into the mid-30s first thing on Friday, and I'm headed up to about 68 degrees by 5 o'clock Friday. It'll be a feel-good Friday because it won't be as harsh with the chill. The warming trend will certainly be in effect by then. So for tonight, down to 32, mostly clear. It's freezing. It's frosty. The record low from 1992 is 31. Should be close, but I don't think necessarily we're going to take it down. Tonight, we're down to 29 for places like Oak Ridge, 32 for Moorestown. And if you're in Crossville, in Wartburg, Kingston, upper 20s can be expected first thing in the morning. Thursday, high around 60, mostly sunny. I'm going to call it a mild breeze because southwest winds 5 to 15, could be gusting 20, perhaps even 25 miles per hour by the afternoon time frame. So 60 degrees, that's a warm wind, a mild breeze that'll help transport some of that warmth. Low 60s can be expected in Athens and Tellico Plains. About 60 in Kingston, 61 in Newport, about 58 for Middlesboro. These are your high temperatures for tomorrow. Now here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. We go from 68 Friday afternoon to 73 on Saturday, still holding in the mid-70s Sunday and Monday. Monday may just be a few degrees warmer, but there is some hope for some rain. Yay. How much rain are we talking about? Maybe a quarter inch, if that's generous at all. It's not going to fix all that ails us. It's not going to be the panacea or cure-all, but it could help. A little bit of rain, maybe a rumble of thunder. 70 on Tuesday, a little bit cooler on Wednesday at 67 degrees. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app. It's free, powered by my friend Pete Michaels Traffic. Just search Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.